What's going on, everybody? It's your boy BrianDaddy coming at you with another video. Today, I wanted to go over a little bit of dragon riding. It's one of the new systems that has been launched with Dragonflight, and it allows you to fly crap ton faster than usual. Players will go through a tutorial when they're first learning how to do this. You might still be left with questions after that tutorial, so I wanted to give you guys a little guide to, how to get the basics of dragon riding. So, there are a few add-ons you can download if you want to do that. There's one here that I will show. Azure Pug's Dragon Rider has been recommended. It displays your vigor bar on screen and even when not actively mounted, so that can be useful, and it's got other things as well, like your speed and trajectory and all that. You can also do handy notes for dragon riding, and you can do it for the dragon glyphs as well, if you want to know the locations for all of those. I will go into those in a little bit here, but basically you will receive your dragon riding mounts as you go through the main storyline. You get the renewed dragon proto drake on the first mount you'll get as a reward for completing the dragon riding third chapter in the Waking Shores. You will also get this, let me see here. Let's go to it. You'll get this one first, the renewed proto drake, and then you'll get the Windborn Velociraptor by completing Shady Sanctuary in the Onaran Plains. And then you will get the Highland Drake for completing Calling the Blue Dragons in the Azure Span. And then you'll get the Cliffside Wilder Drake for completing Back to the Future in Theldrassus. The Dragon Riding Basics. This is some of the basics you need to know about dragon riding. Most of these basic concepts will be taught to you during the introduction quest line. You can get into the air from the ground at any point by double pressing your jump button. This counts as a skyward ascent charge. So when you do that, it will use 1 vigor. And when you fall from a high location while mounted on dragon riding, it will cause you to extend its wings, propelling you forward and preventing fall damage. Like so. There's also physics involved to dragon riding. You'll gain more speed when propelling yourself downwards, and you lose speed when you move upwards. So if I am going down, you can see that it's starting to kick in the speed, but then when I go up, it starts to slow down. Propelling yourself downwards and then moving upwards evens out momentum, and is a way to keep yourself in the air for longer, so you do stuff like this. And once you kind of get the hang of it, and also once you have 6 vigor, this is really going to make flying in the Dragon Isles, extremely quick, extremely easy for you. Surge Forward is going to be one of the first abilities you get. That basically just launches you forward. Skyward Ascent is what goes ahead and flies you upward. And there's ways to do that effectively that'll get you more height and more distance. So when I use Skyward Ascent, I always try to aim up right after I click it and then aim down, and that will keep a lot of your speed while gaining lots of height, thus making it, much easier to travel. There's also the Whirling Surge ability, and this is what will kick you into like high gear really fast, but it does use 3 vigor. And there's also this Bronze Time Lock ability, which essentially is like a little portal you can pop down, and then when you go and fly around, you can come back to that portal by just hitting the button again. So that one is pretty neat. And the vigor system is pretty cool. You make sure that you manage it well. All players are going to start with 3 when you first come into the Dragon Isles, and then you're going to have to level up your dragon riding in order to get more vigor. And the way you level it up is by gathering dragon riding glyphs. As you can see here, I have already collected all 48 glyphs. Let me go ahead and take this time right now to show you guys kind of where they're located. There are also add-ons and weak auras that you can download that will show you exactly where you need to go. I personally would recommend just flying around the Dragon Isles and getting to all the locations yourself if you like doing that kind of exploration. If you're somebody who wants to just get the best flying possible as quickly as possible, then yes, I would recommend getting a weak aura or an add-on to do so. Normally, you're going to find them around the edges of every single zone. High points around the edges in every single zone. That's where you're going to find them. So, without even really looking at anything, I can basically guess that there's going to be one right up here. And I know that because I'm pretty sure I got it earlier. Let's take a look and see. And there you go. See, now that it's like whited out, that means I've already gotten it. But when you guys see it, it'll be nice and gold and yellow. And you'll also get a little notification from your dragon down here that'll say, hey, it senses a glyph nearby. And then you'll be able to go and scoop it up. And once you've, collected all 48 glyphs, you'll be able to go through this whole talent tree and get every single ability. There's only, I believe, 2 or 3 choice nodes. You got one here, which you can get initiative or compassion. And compassion is the one that gives you a shield when you dismount that lasts for 1% movement and health per stack, depending on your speed. And initiative, which basically when you land, will deal a bunch of damage to any enemies nearby. Another choice node you have is the Dragon Rider's Hunt, which defeating an enemy increases your vigor rate, or cultivation, which means whenever you gather herbs or minerals, you actually get vigor recharge rate as well. So if you're a farmer, I would select doing this, and then if you don't have any gathering professions, I would go with this. So when you are flying around in the Dragon Isles, you are, like I've said before, you're going to notice that you have different speeds. You are able to tell how fast you're flying by just paying attention to the kind of the speed particles around you. So this is just a light white, and then boom, now we're blue. So if you have no particles, that's the slowest. If you have the wind white effects, that's the medium speed. And once you have blue, that means that you are now going to regenerate vigor when you have the blue recharge rate. There's also an additional speed increase during the blue particle effect when your camera starts zooming away from your character. This is the character basically nearing maximum speed, and it's very hard to maintain this mode for long. Usually only doable during the dragon riding races, where you get plenty of vigor regeneration. So you don't really have to worry about getting up to those kinds of speeds. But when you are doing the races, yes, you probably will want to go ahead and get up to those speeds. Another cool thing about dragon riding is the ability to customize your dragons. So let's go ahead and head towards one of these dragon riding points and go customize our dragon. Alright, so here you have one of these rostrums of transformation. You go ahead and click on these and you'll be able to customize all 4 of your dragon riding dragons. Lots of different options. Like, there's a lot of customization here, which is good, and I'm glad Blizzard did this so people don't feel like they have to all look exactly the same. Right here you can see there's a raid full transformation. Yeah, I'm guessing that's going to be off the last boss. Forgot her name already. And then what do we got here? We got different skins, patterns, horns. Yeah, it's really cool. Go through and, customize your dragon to however you like. And then also, I wanted to show you guys just a quick race real quick, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what a dragon riding race, gold time could look like. Alrighty, let's go ahead and jump into the normal course. I will talk more about the advanced course in the future, but let's show you guys the normal dragon race. Hopefully I don't bomb out here. Boom, I go ahead and I do the 3 vigor, big air roll ability right off the bat, get you going. And then I use Skyward Ascent. I usually use Skyward Ascent and I just kind of force myself to not float too high. And I just kind of continue to do that. Make sure you pick up everything. Go as fast as you possibly can. We're starting to lose a little bit of speed. Not ideal. Alright, we should still get gold with that. There you go. Race time was 59.2. That is my personal best. Gold is 63 seconds, so not too shabby. And one thing that you can get with dragon riding really well is you'll be able to do the Knockhood Offensive Dungeon really well. So, go check out my Knockhood Offensive video. Peace!